So today, this guy's on a quest to destroy absolutely everything. Not even these squirrels are safe. But he destroys enough of them and then he does get level up. So we go ahead into his stats here and we can boost some of them beyond 0. Worst character rolls ever, but we can give him some more strength. So now we should be able to fight things a little better. And now there's ladybugs showing up to fight because everyone knows that ladybugs are tougher than squirrels. They're certainly more persistent. He is fighting everything on his own pretty well, but we can also help him by doing a few attacks ourselves that do cost a little bit of mana. And he does advance the stages the more enemies get taken down. So he only needs to take out 3 more. And there's also another ability that we can do, so there we go, on to stage 3. And of course, he does get more stats. We should probably boost his wisdom as well, because that helps the mana regeneration. So let's give him a point into that, so he regenerates 2 mana per second now. Since the second attack here does a lot of damage, but it also requires a lot of mana to do. But all of that should be fine. Okay, now we have a weird snail thing here that looks like it's also doing damage to us, or at least we are taking more damage. So why don't we go ahead and give our guy some health regeneration now, and a little bit more maximum HP, but we should also probably keep the monsters away a little bit so we can heal up without risk of danger, especially against these giant snails here. They are very persistent. Oh, and now we're fighting rats now. It's not even nighttime and they're preying and stalking. And at least we are getting plenty of coins from all of these things, but now we're also out of mana to do the range or the big AoE attacks, so we have to help him out even more. Why don't we give him some more vitality to help with this? Because he is currently taking so much damage. He's taking more damage than he can heal, goodness. But he also kind of has to do things on his own now, so good luck. At least they only do 1 damage, but the sheer number of them is certainly not good. And there's new events, better equipped? Okay, we stumble upon a small, quiet campsite in the clearing. A lone tent stands by an unlit campfire. The blood that spatters the earth tells the story of a violent confrontation. Surely that won't happen to us, right? Among the crimson-stained foliage lies a damaged sword and battered leather tunic. Oh, cool. So we get better items. And this moment of realization strikes. You've been dispatching numerous foes, always moving on, always leaving behind the spoils of victory. Those will be essential for crafting. Well, I wish I knew that sooner. So we put on the leather tunic and grip the sword, but you feel a connection to the anonymous soul who fought here. So cool, we can craft things and be better. Enemies now have a chance to drop materials. Materials are used for crafting. Feel like I'm reading a children's book here. And we have unlocked the inventory, equipping, and crafting button. Very nice. If we can survive this, oh dear. But maybe okay, we can't do that. We can't repair this either. Just gotta survive a little bit longer. Our journey just started. We can't be done yet. Need more stats here. More strength. Take out the enemies faster. Or never mind. We were slain. And then a new guy shows up to continue the journey. So he starts in stage 1, but he does keep the stats that we started with. So we just continue boosting ourselves from there on. And sure enough, we are getting some crafting materials from these guys. And thankfully, the reward multiplier is doubled while we're catching up here. So here's a new event, Life After Death. You remember dying several times. That's certainly not traumatic at all. Yeah, sure enough, our mind is screaming. And the reality leaves you trembling. Why are you still here? Just to suffer? Are you still here? Panic. Are you chosen for a higher calling? Does this mean you're immortal? Is it this way for everyone? Probably not. So yes, surely enough we're spiraling into madness. Try to relax. The thoughts become too much. Oh boy, what is our poor little adventurer getting into? Notice something peculiar? For a brief moment you are distracted, curiosity takes over. Something is poking out of bushes. Okay, so let's approach it. It's a pair of boots. Wow, we just completely forget all the existential dread and then just put on a pair of boots. Amazing, but now we can craft those. And certainly we need more vitality right now because my goodness, we didn't even make it past stage 5 or whatever it was. But now we should be able to craft things. We can craft a leather tunic, so that is upgraded. That gives us more max health and more defense. Excellent. Now it looks like we need some bones that we haven't found yet, and to make the sword better we also need bones, or whatever this is. It looks bone shaped, so we'll just have to keep going until we can improve it. Somehow a broken sword is better than what we were using, so there's something about that, I suppose. But maybe we should help our guy out so he isn't too overwhelmed. and not using the high mana attack unless we absolutely need to. And then probably more wisdom so we can get mana back sooner. Nothing like some good shoes to shake off the existential dread, right? So our guy should be able to handle himself when there's only one enemy at a time, but when there's a few of them that group up like this, it gets a little bit dicey. But thankfully he's able to handle 2 on his own now, and we're staying at full health. Oh, but now we get to a new stage with a new enemy, a skunk. He's able to take that one out pretty calmly, but all these rats are certainly an issue. And now we don't have that catch-up bonus anymore, so we're certainly in new territory. And the amount of enemies kind of makes that apparent. What can we craft now? Leather tunic again? I kind of want to save up all this stuff for the boots, and we're finally getting bones now, which I suppose we are getting from the skunks. Oh no, the snails are dropping it. Snails don't even have bones. Whatever, more stats. We still have plenty of 0 stats right now, and those we don't even have access to. But we could certainly give ourselves a little bit more agility. That would give us some evasion rate. Even if it is pretty small, it should help us survive a little bit better. So if the snails are the ones that are dropping the bones, oh my gosh, look at that little turtle, he's adorable. Why have we gotta kill him? I guess we have to, which is really too bad. Those little guys are adorable. But now we got red spiders in here now? Where are those guys? I don't even see them anymore, I just see a turtle. But what does a turtle give us? Ooh, the turtle also gives us bones. So now can we craft the, okay, we still need more to craft the boots, but we are certainly getting more now, which is good. And now we got more stats. Dexterity gives cooldown reduction, and projectile speed. We don't even have projectiles. Let's wait on that. And get more agility for also some critical chance. Oh, there's a little red spiders. I thought you were more ladybugs. I guess you're not, but now there's more turtles, so we definitely gotta harvest those for the bones. And wherever the snails went off to, the good news is our better vitality is giving us much better regeneration. So we're staying pretty much full. And okay, yep, there's a lot of enemies right there. Gotta help our guy out. Now, are we over materials plenty for crafting another leather tunic? I believe so. So now we get even more goodness there, and we are about to enter the next stage. So hopefully there is more enemies that give bones, because the turtles seem pretty rare right now. Hey, now we can craft the leather boots, or we save up a little bit more to fix the sword. I think we gotta fix the sword. So just a couple more turtles there, and here we are at stage 8. Which the main goal is to clear stage 10 in the Gentlewood. But I feel like there's gonna be plenty more after that, and there's also snakes that are doing a little bit of back and forth. And by back and forth, I mean directly in our direction, even though we can't see anything. And the snakes give hide, but there's also been some things that have been giving us gems, so that's cool. And now we can fix a broken blade. Beautiful, so now it's a broken blade +1. Amazing. But that should help us keep up with all of these snakes that are here, and we should remember to clear our stats. So I think we could definitely use some more strength, which also gives 2% more critical damage. Even though I don't think we've activated a crit yet, there's plenty of damage numbers happening that's gotta happen sooner or later. And also, my goodness, these snakes really like to stack up, but we are keeping kinda close to full. But they're almost doing more damage than we can heal at once. We're also getting plenty of soul currency, which I have no idea what we use those for yet. I guess we gotta clear stage 10 to find out. So let's just make our way through stage 9, where we have to defeat over 100 enemies. Goodness. At least the snakes are pretty excited to walk up and fall on my sword. But now we need to replenish the amount of bones that we have in order to craft the leather boots here for more defense and evasion, which we have plenty of hide for, but we still need some bones. So we need more turtles. I'm sorry, are we being attacked by flowers now? This is not the kind of flower power I was hoping for. And sure enough, yep, flower monsters, great. And those give, where are more of those? They give cloth. I guess that makes sense. A little bit more stats, a little bit more vitality, especially because we are starting to take much more damage. So we need to heal that back. And I'm not sure who's the biggest threat right now, but the flower monsters seem pretty quick. There's something that's dealing 6 damage. I don't appreciate that. It's the flower monsters, because of course it is. So let's wait for a few of those to stack up at once and then cleave them all with a single move. Beautiful. So with a little bit of manual interference, we can keep ourselves to max HP. And there are certainly a lot of things rushing in here right now. Goodness, it's a good thing that we can take out a lot of them at once. But now we are at stage 10. Oh, so now we're fighting frog things. Giant frog things. They're not even cute frog things, they're just big and ugly. Get out of here. We can't even move because there's so many relentless enemies and we're taking so much more damage and I'm having to use so much more mana to take care of them all. And they're dealing 8 damage because of course they are. Okay, but now we can equip boots for a little more defense. And is there something that improves defense? I don't know if there is, but oh, I guess we died. Well, it's time for another palette swap and then back through the madness where we can one-shot the squirrels. Amazing. So let's see, our HP regen is at 9 per second right now. Why don't we try boosting that to 10? And see how that goes. We can reorganize these stat points whenever we want to, but 11.7 per second looks pretty good. And we can boost the leather tunic again for even better defense. And now we're not quite able to one-shot the rats or the red spiders, but we are able to one-shot the ladybugs. That's 2 rounds of enemies that we're able to take care of in one go. Even better. And is it about time that we got some more dexterity? I wonder if this is gonna affect the main idle move for cooldown reduction. Might as well put some points into that for the first time ever. And thankfully, all that health regeneration is letting us survive being absolutely swarmed right now. So let's use this opportunity to get a little more wisdom, because running out of mana is basically game over. At least that's what it feels like. And I can't tell if the evasions that are happening are because of the monsters or ourselves, but I think it's us. So that's helping, but we are starting to see quite a bit more of a health dent right now, and now we are at stage 10. So it's time to actually use the mana that we've been saving up for this moment, and more leather boots for more defense, and just keep the big toads away as much as possible. Or at least keep them from grouping up. Or maybe we should group them up because then we can take out a lot at once. So there isn't too many that can group up right now, and we are doing more damage, plus we have more stat power, so more strength. So we're doing 17 damage per swing, which is pretty good. And we are keeping the health from dropping any lower than this. So if they stay staggered like this, then we should be able to take them out. And we're actually back up to full, so we're doing super good. We are less than 50 enemies remaining, and we are looking pretty good. But now there's 4 of them, so let's just go ahead and use the mana for the first time in a while. And the bullywugs do drop bones, so that'd be good for increasing the sword, because I feel like we should do that again. And wow, our hero certainly found a lot of them. A huge number of them, goodness. But now we're at stage 11. Amazing, so we cleared the first objective, and there's a new event here. Into the open. As it turns out, navigating a forest while fighting off rabid squirrels is a daunting task. And it's not so bad, you just gotta go over the hedge. Eventually, though, you find your way through and emerge from the chaos into the woodland. Into the tranquility of open plains. Very nice. In this instance, you spot a quaint farm village. Well, that'd be fun. And we got a world map button. Sweet. And also crafting boots again. I want to save up for the broken blade though, but we need whatever that is. A little more. Oh, were those gems? Those might be the gems. Who gave the gems before? Was it the squirrels? No, it seems like everything has a chance of giving a gem. But here's the world map. So we can go to Area 2, the Overrun Village. Sure, there we go. This is looking a lot less cluttered. And there's actual carrots fighting us. You know, maybe this is why we're meant to eat our greens, to stop them from uprising. Now we just need 2 more gems before we can upgrade the sword again. But it seems like the carrots are more keen on giving us coins and plants. So we might have to work for a little bit. But here's another stat, so let's get more dexterity. Oh, would you look at this? We're into stage 2 and now we're fighting onions. Well, isn't that fun? But thankfully it gave us the last gem that we need to upgrade the sword again. So we do more damage and get a little more critical chance too. And damage multipliers, very good. That's taking care of the carrots a lot better, and we have an event available. Mysterious stranger, is that us? A distinct jingling noise pierces through the cacophony. Haven't seen that word in a while. A towering figure slowly saunters. His footsteps resonating with unwavering confidence, imposing frame casting a profound shadow over the battlefield. Well then, all around you, the once ferocious root-born assailants shrink back in palpable fear. Okay, so we should probably run away too. But of course we're rooted to the spot, paralyzed by an instinctual terror. And then he says, hello, my friend. What is this, Ewan McGregor? Clad entirely in black, face obscured, eyes hidden beneath the shadow of a wide-brimmed hat. Okay, so maybe he's more like a Cad Bane sort of fellow. Couldn't help but notice you could use my wares. So he's gonna sell us things? For some coin, this leather armband could be yours? 3,000 is fine. We don't have that much. Haggling seems like it would be a mistake. You accept the deal or you do not. It's that simple. Well, we don't have 3,000 coins, so why don't we postpone this? Hopefully we can get them soon. But let's also get some more agility for evasion rate because it's actually kicking in quite a few times. So we need to fight a lot more things in order to gain 3,000 coins. All for an armband. But at least the monsters here, when they drop coins, are given a lot more, 4 coins apiece. Although our rate is only about 8 per minute. Honestly, right now, it seems like it's better to just attract all the enemies to us. Just so we're not constantly having to search for them, we just bring them to us and then take them out all in one go, taking out so many at a time so we can get more strength. Because not being able to one-shot a carrot is kind of embarrassing. Oh, and now we got, like, peas here. Well, thankfully they did go down pretty fast. And our money rate certainly went up, 20 a minute. But it's also falling. I also noticed these things are not giving us any good materials for upgrading our stuff. They're giving us plenty of wood and plants, which is cool, I guess, and we're also getting some ores. Oh, these are peppers. Interesting, but they are certainly giving us a nice amount of coins. And now we're fighting broccoli before we know it. Where's the Powerpuff Girls when you need them? Also, I just realized the main goal here is only to reach stage 5. It looks like we're doing pretty well here because we're already on stage 4 and there's not that many enemies to go. But they are starting to do quite a bit of damage. Thankfully, our healing is keeping up, but only barely. The broccoli are doing 13 damage. That's way more than everything else. So do we get more vitality? I think we need more, what do we need more of? More dexterity. So there's stage 5. And that should give us, yes, a new event, Faithful Companion. Does that mean we get a dog? I really want to get a dog. Instead, a shrouded figure stumbles into view, tattered garb soaked crimson with blood. The harvest has turned, he gasps, clutching a wounded arm. You don't say. So we can attempt to comfort the man. It's like, there. Vegetables are overrated anyway. Please, he murmurs, take care of Ember, my loyal fox. Oh, even better, we get a little forest puppy. Not the deer kind, but like the little orange things. Listen well, he continues. Ember is not a mere beast of the earth, he is a summon. Bound by magic and spirit. Even better, it's a magic forest puppy. Must weave a bond anew, use the souls collected, which we have 2,500 of, and weave them into my own. Okay. I shall perish, but I am not long for this world regardless. Okay then. We need 10,000 souls for that? We need to postpone this too. Oh goodness, and now we have to fight, what even is this? Onions. Or no, they're leeks. I feel like a certain cyan-haired idol would really appreciate these. Okay, well there are other events that we can discover as long as we meet their conditions, such as reaching stage 8 in their village. We should be able to do that, and also gain a little more strength. Okay, I also didn't realize how much damage we were taking. My goodness. These vegetables hurt. Gotta keep them at bay long enough for a guy to heal. But there's also, what is that, a basketball? And our health is all the way back to full. Okay, there it is. Oh, it's lettuce, or cabbage, which is giving us wood. We can't even use these things. And goodness, these things certainly do a lot of damage. The cabbages alone are outdoing our healing. My goodness. Definitely need more vitality. And also maybe getting some more of these over here so we can take them out completely. So we're just 100 enemies away from getting to stage 8. And there's a new enemy. What even are you? You died too fast. You, what are you? I guess I can't even tell because you don't always drop something, but you look like eggplants. You are eggplants. Nobody likes eggplants. But I also don't like these things doing 16 damage. At least we're able to sparingly use the big ability enough that we can maintain a high amount of mana. So the dexterity also ties into summon damage, so it would be good to boost this before we get that fox. Which we kind of are on our way to getting that pretty soon. The enemies are dropping quite a few souls at a time, but hopefully stage 8 is something that we can actually do, which I honestly wonder if it would be better to let our hero die and then reset, because then we get the ×2 bonus. Let's figure that out after we reach stage 8, I think. Because I've also noticed that the carrots don't even show up anymore, so we might be able to one-shot those. Oh, there's a carrot. Okay, we can't one-shot those. Never mind. But now we're at stage 8, so we should have a new event. Gift of Gratitude. Blade cutting through the foes is almost therapeutic. Oh, I love the sound of that. Their attacks are predictable, allowing you to deal them all in the exact same way. Then all of a sudden, a jolt of noise. Window of a nearby house swings open with a loud bang. Instinctively, you jump back, sword at the ready, whatever abomination might be in the home, and then it's a guy yelling, "Hey!" Or it's a child. Mix of fear and admiration. Thank you for fighting. So we're finally getting acknowledgement for our actions. And before you can muster a reply, the boy tosses a weathered helmet towards your feet. Wow, thank you. Finally, a new piece of headgear. They must have noticed your distinct lack of headwear. A perilous oversight. Okay, but now I get to wear the helmet. In the midst of strife and battle, a small act of appreciation infuses you with a buoyant spirit. Amazing. And now we can craft a leather helmet. Do we have the means to right now, though? Of course not, because we need wood. But actually, oh, it takes the... What are these materials? Plants and wood. So we just fight enough of these things, and then we can craft a helmet. As we are fighting, are these apples right now? They look like apples, and they also hurt. So maybe this is the time where we reset and be like, oh no, we're getting overrun. How could we let this happen? But then we just reincarnate exactly where we went down, and then we fight these things again. Now I'm hoping this ×2 boost while we catch up is gonna really help our soul count, because I really want that fox. And there are certainly a lot more carrots right now, goodness. Let's get more strength while we're at it. Okay, thankfully that ×2 bonus is helping. Our rate's gone up to 300 souls a minute. Now, I'm not sure how many more minutes that is to get 6,000 more souls. There's gotta be like 20 more minutes or something. But hopefully the tougher enemies that we fight give more souls in exchange. So by the time we get back up to stage 8, we have 6,000 souls now, which is way better, and we have enough materials to make a leather helmet for the first time, so we get more max health and defense. That should help us take a little bit of damage, and now the apples that were hurting us really badly before now do less damage than we can heal. But of course, having 2 of them together is still not a great time, but we are surviving. And we have enough skill points to put towards things, so we can get strength to level 10, might as well, and then vitality to level 10, might as well. So that puts our generation of health up to 25 per second, even better. So just that one cycle of reincarnation should let us get to stage 10 of the overrun village, which should give us another event. We might just have to put in the effort once we get past this stage, because the attacks are not hitting as strong as they used to, even though they were doing 32 damage. My goodness, there is certainly a lot of apples here. Doctors, stay away. But we can take them all out at once, and that also lets the game slow down a little bit, which is fun. Oh, and into stage 9, we are fighting corn now. Wow. Amazing. Well, we might as well bring one of those over by himself, and he does 16 damage at a time. That's not so bad. Even when there's a whole bunch of them grouped up, we still take out them pretty quickly, I think. So we go right back to healing all the damage we just took, even if it does slow down a little bit, because 2 apples together deal over 30 damage. But it still works best to group them all up in front of us, so they're all in one position, and then sweep them all away. So this gives us quite a bit of time to heal, and the evasion is certainly kicking in a lot more too. I like it. I will say it is kind of funny seeing the enemies run around on the edges of the screen like this, because you just slash them from anywhere, and then they're like, oh, there's a guy over there. We should go and fight him. And then they go ahead and get caught up in a whirlwind and eviscerated. This move is so strong. So why don't we just set this one over here up for auto casting, because it only uses 1 mana, and it should be able to attract a whole lot of more enemies to us, but it's also only attacking the one closest to our character. So it's not quite useful. Not the way that I like to use it. So after all of these enemies, we get to stage 10. And I guess we have to complete stage 10 in order to get this new event, but at least we are getting more stat points. More agility. And we're fighting, what even are these? Are these potatoes? They look like some sort of tuber root. Hey buddy, why don't you drop something so I can see what your name is? Okay, it is a potato. Dropping ore. But I tell you what, why don't we go ahead and just go through all of that again, because when we get back to that point, we should get enough souls to summon that fox with us. At least now we can take out the carrots in 2 hits, and thankfully we don't even need to get to stage 10 again to get that many souls. There it is, 10,000 of them. So let's go talk to the old man again, yada yada yada, faithful companion, and 10,000 souls. Focus. 10,000 souls, leaving us with 36 left. Imagine the souls of your enemies coalescing into Ember. Guide him well. He succumbs to his grievous injuries, and then we're met with the lifeless body before us. Great. But Ember, which I guess is the fox's name, stands at your side. Awesome. We've unlocked a summon. Where is he? There he is. Look at the little guy go. Oh, that's amazing. It looks like he's doing some bleed damage too. Wow, he's really just rushing out there. Oh my gosh. He does more damage than we do. But here's the summons tab. Very nice. Yeah, 63 damage on that attack, and he's got a trinket. A Collar of Cunning. So we can use souls now to train different power levels. Amazing. And I guess there's so many other summons too. A slime, an owl, a hedgehog. Is it a blue hedgehog? We can set the camera to follow the summon too. Oh, that's amazing. This is a much better view than watching a dude run around. So this is letting us cleave through the enemies a lot more effectively. We should be able to get a lot further with this. And we still get more stat points. So let's see, summon damage is what we've been boosting, so let's get more of that going. So now he does 91 damage. Oh wow, okay, you know what? Take away some strength and then give it to the fox. 105 damage each hit. This is so good. He can almost one-shot the cabbage. Don't even care about anything else. Boosting the summon. Which, yeah, sure enough, that attack is doing bleed, so it's a dot move, which the dexterity is also impacting. I love it. I only wish there wasn't this giant banner saying press C to toggle. So I guess we'll go back to the dude so we can see the fox run around without a giant prompt over his head. And thanks to our fox being able to take out the potatoes a lot faster, we really don't have to worry anything about stage 10. I absolutely love this little guy. And we're still getting good stat bonuses. More dex. So much damage happening. Oh my goodness. I can't even imagine how far we'd get in the other area. Just kind of wish he had more ability. Okay, so he does get his own experience, which is cool, but he takes 2,000 to level up. Wow. I also didn't realize we were collecting so many souls. So let's train some power for him. And what does Acuity do? Efficacy of the trinket, which is part of the bleed thing, it looks like, or it boosts the bleed. And we made it to stage 11. New event time, dangerous delves. A distraught villager, her eyes wide with a mixture of awe and relief, approaches you. Tells you of a peculiar cave where streams run silver? I feel like we're going to a new area. Streams run silver, a taint that has gradually crept into the flora. These corrupted plants have been releasing malevolent spores, inciting rage. Maybe that's what's causing this and everything. Or at least that's the current theory, okay. With a heavy heart and a rising desperation, she explains that she wishes to uncover the enigma behind this maddening transformation, but venturing into the cave alone poses a peril too great. So I guess that's where we agree to help her. And there's rat folk dwelling within. Well, maybe we will meet the giant rat that makes all the rules. To your surprise, the villager presents you with sturdy chainmail. Ooh, and a formidable morning star. Hello! Eyes reflecting both gratitude and concern. And sure enough, we get to area 3. I bet our fox is gonna have a lot of fun in there. And we get some tier 2 materials out of this. Wow. I bet that's what the chainmail needs now. Sure enough, it does, because we haven't discovered this yet. But it looks like the fox is already having a great time, but wow, we are not having a great time. We are already losing large swaths of health because they're doing 21 damage. Well, yikes. At least our fox is able to keep up. And thankfully, once we get a hold of the situation, these enemies are a lot easier to deal with. Where we find some sword rats, hello. Oh dear, they are certainly doing a lot more damage. And I feel like our magic is about to not keep up in a little bit. It thankfully does with the power of the fox, but the fact that we have to constantly keep guessing, it means we run out of mana pretty fast. Oh boy. At least we're at stage 3 now before, yep, we are out of mana. And we're losing mana right now. How? Our fox isn't using mana, is he? Oh, is there something shiny up there? I guess that's just ambient stuff. But sure enough, we did not last long in that cave at all. So we could definitely stand to improve a little bit more. Okay, that's a lot of rats over there. Hi, how you doing? So maybe we should get a point back into our own strength just to keep up with all this madness. And then not long after, we get another level up to put towards our fox. Beautiful Ember doing beautiful damage numbers, 162. But even that is taking a few hits to get rid of all these things. And also, we are losing mana somehow. Is it him doing that? Oh, it is our fox doing that. His move costs 5 mana. I didn't even realize that. Okay, so we could definitely use a little bit more time in some of the other areas to get strong enough to survive in here. Like, what if we went back to the first area and we start at stage 1 where our fox can gleefully hunt squirrels to seemingly no end. And there are some other things that we can get for getting even further in here too. Ooh, and there's a vase there. Hey, some coins. Nice. I didn't realize that that vitality boost though let our health get over 1,000, so that's looking good. We really don't have anything to worry about in this area. That's the hope anyway. At least we're one-shotting the skunks now and the red spiders. Even better. And we can craft a leather tunic again, about time. And sure enough, wow, we get through the stages incredibly fast. We're already at stage 8? I didn't even realize. Helps when you one-shot everything. I just want to see if we can one-shot the bullywugs. And it looks like we can't one-shot them, but our fox certainly can. But we happen to get a little bit of a lick in before the fox one-shots them too. But it's still looking so good, getting so many materials quickly. We can level up things again, the broken blade again. And this is about as far as we got last time, but we do have more souls to upgrade our fox as well. Insight increases the chance for someone to automatically use left click ability upon the enemy nearest to the player. Interesting. So the fox can do even more stuff for us? I like that idea. And also just boosting everything again. I almost feel bad for the squirrels being here now. They didn't have a chance before, and they certainly don't have a chance now. But we also did happen to get through absolutely every single creature in this forest with no problems, so they are kind of just throwing everything at us right now, aren't they? I mean, what else can they do? We are getting more materials, though, because it's the next tier of enemies, so they're dropping more equipment. Very nice. More leather tunic upgrades. So it's really worth it to just keep going in an area. And since the fox uses our own mana, why don't we get a little bit more mana now too? Because we have to keep up with the fox's abilities. Because he's the goodest of boys. Now another main goal we have is 100 gems in our inventory, which we have 48 of, so it's taking quite a bit to get there. At least they drop 3 gems at a time now, so we should be able to get to 100 pretty quickly. Or at least it would be quick if these guys reliably drop gems, but the gems are still kind of rare. At least we can upgrade the boots again. Also, we are getting decently close to 3,000 coins, which is what that guy wanted to sell us a thing. Man, we can already upgrade the boots again, sure. More defense for me, and we're about to hit stage 15 now, which we just need to clear to get a cloth cap. More things. And of course, upgrading the fox a little bit again. I think it's time for a little more acuity, so you can get more bleed ticks happening. Even though these guys are one-shotting. Even though these guys are getting one-shot. So stage 15 is here, no problem. I wonder if I can one-shot the level 2 bullywugs. They are like the ultimate enemy of this area, so it'll be an interesting scale to see how strong we are. And you know what? More leather tunic. Ooh, there the fox uses our left click ability automatically. Very cool. Although it's kind of redundant because the enemies die so fast. Although, ooh, the magic actually doesn't kill them in one go. That's interesting. Ooh, there's a bag there. Does that have gold? It has 240 plant? It does. Very nice, even though we didn't need that for anything. But we cleared stage 15, so we get a cloth cap as a reward. And there it is, it's a little wizard's hat, which we need 1,000 leather for? Is that what that is? Hide. We need 1,000 hide for this. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I can definitely tell the scaling in this game is gonna get pretty ridiculous if we go further. But I tell you what, I think we have made quite a considerable amount of progress here. At least for looking at this game for the first time, and we got an adorable little fox of it that is just super deadly. But we're also killing the enemies faster than the fox can actually hit them. But 178 damage is what the fox is able to do, so that's even better. But I think that'll do it for today in Nomad Idle. An amazing little game that is just gonna have an absolute insane amount of power scaling, I can tell. So if you do want to see more of this game, then be sure to let me know. Thank you for watching, and sub to Intern. And I would like to thank the channel members, including Bread, Corby Farm, Dakota, Donamoto, Deviant X, Ancient Elixir, Matthew, Hateful Harold, Peggy Sue, Drupalong, Lily Bites, The Miner Within, DeGarity, Sands, V, Killer Squad, Mousy Mouse, Nicholas, Igor Shradi, McKenna-chan, and Liam.